I have been editing video all day. I finally have a break while I'm waiting for a video to render so I can stop and share some thoughts with you guys. And my thoughts are dwelling on the area of football. I have some football thoughts, specifically about two quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield and Mac Jones. Baker Mayfield, quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, he's pretty good. He's not bad, but he's been struggling lately, as have the Browns. I was there in New England when the Patriots destroyed the Browns and Baker Mayfield was injured. What's surprising me is how many Browns fans are dumping on Baker Mayfield, saying he's no good, wanting to get rid of him, and that's very disappointing to me. The people I hear saying this are usually media people, not actual football people. Tony Dungy takes a look at Baker Mayfield and says, hey, the problems with the Browns are not all Baker Mayfield's fault. Kurt Warner has a YouTube channel where he analyzes film and he breaks down plays and kind of gives some information and some inside knowledge about the operations of teams and how they run plays. It's really cool. And by the way, why are you not subscribed to Kurt Warner's YouTube channel? It's really good. Anyway, Kurt Warner takes a look at the tape, and he's looking at the All-22, not just the TV broadcast, which we mere mortals see. He breaks it down and shows that, yeah, Baker makes some mistakes, but not an excessive number of mistakes, and the problems that are plaguing the Browns are not really his fault. And yet, here we are with a bunch of Browns fans wanting to get rid of the guy. The Cleveland Browns have been bad for a long time. When's the last time they were even moderately good? Was that back when Belichick was coaching? That was a really long time ago. The Browns have waited a very long time for success, and they are starting to experience some of that success. Baker Mayfield is the best quarterback they've had in a very long time. And yes, they are struggling right now. They are not quite ready to make a deep playoff run, but they're building in that direction, and they have a core group of players that will get the Browns some success in the near future, and Baker Mayfield is one of those core players. Baker Mayfield is not the problem. You need to keep that guy, you need to keep him in your city, and you need to keep him happy. And the retort that I hear is that, well, being drafted where he was, he really should be performing better. Drafted in the first round, drafted first overall, he's got to perform better. He's got to be elite top tier given his draft position. And my retort to that retort is get out of my face with that shit. Here's the reality about the draft. The draft is a crapshoot. It is more random than the experts would like you to believe. The draft, people used to not pay any attention to the draft until NFL decided they could market the draft as an event, and now everybody pays attention to the draft and thinks they're an expert. But the reality is, a player can look good on paper, but you do not know how that player is going to perform in the NFL until he actually gets there. And sometimes a player that looks good on paper turns out to be a great professional player, but just as often they turn out not to be. So to place extra weight on a player based on when he was drafted, I think is unreasonable. You need to look at what that player is doing to help your team win. And the retort to my retort to the retort would be that, yeah, but when you draft a guy really high, he gets a really big contract, so you're paying him all this money, and he's not at the elite level. But the reality about contracts is that they are also a crapshoot. Ideally, you would like to pay the most to the players who do the most to help you win. That's what you would like to do. But the reality is you're going to overpay some guys. You're going to underpay some guys. If you're staying within the salary cap window, though, the real question is, what is the player doing to help the team win? Yes, some guys will be overpaid. Yes, some guys will be underpaid. But what are you wanting to do? Are you wanting to win championships, or are you wanting to have a clean balance sheet? Is this about accounting, or is this about winning? So get out of my face with that stuff. Browns, you have something here. You are building something. You are better than you have been in a long time. And Baker Mayfield is part of that. And if the fans dump on him and run him out of town, as far as I'm concerned, Cleveland doesn't deserve to win. The Browns will go back to the basement where they have been for a long time, and they will stay there for a long time, and I will be perfectly happy with that. Browns fans taste a little bit of success and then complain when there is a bump in the road. The sense of entitlement is disgusting. There is another quarterback who is not struggling right now. His name is Mac Jones, playing for the New England Patriots. At the start of the season, the pundits were really dumping on this guy, saying that he didn't have the arm strength. A lot of other teams had passed on him. He probably shouldn't have gone as high in the draft as he did. There's that draft thing again, people hanging too much expectations on draft position. You got people going on TV calling him a pea shooter. Rex Ryan is an idiot. And yes, at the start of the season, Mac Jones struggled. He's a rookie. He is brand new to the league. He's brand new to the system, and he's learning. And it took him a minute to grasp some of the concepts, to expand his play, and to really adapt to the professional game. But here we are in December, and he is winning. And yeah, maybe he doesn't have the strongest arm, but he can make the throws, and he can make the throws downfield, and he can even make the throws downfield to the sideline. His throws may not have the most zip on them, but he gets the ball where it needs to go. He reads the defenses. He makes the right decisions. He's a smart guy, and that's the kind of player that Bill Belichick looks for. Now that Mac Jones is looking good, I'm seeing all kinds of pundits saying that, oh my God, he's the best thing since Tom Brady. The Patriots are unstoppable. The whole league is scared of him. And now that starts to worry me a little bit. I'm like, hold on. Let's back up just a minute. Let's not put him in Canton just yet. Yes, Mac Jones is good. Yes, he's smart. Yes, he is winning. Yes, he is improving week over week. He is getting better. But he is still a rookie. He is still new. He still has a lot to learn. There are still some NFL teams who will take advantage of his lack of experience. They will throw things at him that he's never seen before, and he will have to learn and adapt. I worry that the undue criticism from the early part of the season is being replaced with unrealistic expectations now. Yes, the upside for Mac Jones is through the roof. He will continue to improve. He could be a great player, but he's still brand new. He's started, 12 games? Let him grow up a little bit before we start putting expectations of Super Bowls on his shoulder. The real test for the Pats, not just Mac Jones, but for the whole team, will be against the Buffalo Bills. For those uninitiated in American football, the NFL is split into 2 conferences. Each conference has 4 divisions each, and each of those 4 divisions has 4 teams for a total of 32 teams. The 4 teams in each division will play each other every year twice, once at home and once away. The Pats have not played the Bills yet this season. The 2 Bills games were scheduled for the last part of the season, so we haven't seen that matchup yet. The Bills were leading the division until recently. The Bills struggled for a little bit, but they seem to be back on track. The Bills are good. They are legit. If the Pats want to lead the division and stay on top of the division, they need to beat the Bills. I honestly have no idea how that will work out. That is the test. That is the big unknown. How will the Pats stack up against the Bills? We will find out soon because they are playing this Monday night. If the Patriots lose to the Bills twice, then we are not ready to take this division. We are not ready for a deep playoff run. If the Pats can split those games, then maybe we're ready for the playoffs this year. Maybe we're ready for a deep run this year, but probably not a Super Bowl berth. If we can beat the Bills twice, now we're talking. If the Pats can beat the Bills twice, I will be convinced that we are there. The rebuilding is done, and we are ready to win now. What I think is most likely is the Pats are building for a deep playoff run next season. Next season should be off the charts. For now, though, regardless of what happens to the Bills, get off Mac Jones' back. He's either the worst player or he's the best player. Well, in reality, he's neither. He is young, he is new, he is learning, he could be great, and in this system, that's as good a place to be great as any. Those are my thoughts. Mac Jones is not God, and Baker Mayfield is not trash. Both Mac Jones and Baker Mayfield have the potential to do a lot of winning for their respective teams for a long time. Monday night will be very interesting. I will be watching from the edge of my seat. I am very excited. For now, though, I will say thank you for watching. Happy Vlogmas, and I will see you tomorrow.